MidiBro 1.6 is out and it finally answers you two important questions. What kind of music is my file and what type is it? And now we have it. We have genres, we have types, and we have a library report. So let's dive in. We start with a huge library of 1.4 million files to better show you what MidiBro is capable of and also for the genres. And let's head over to the collections tab. And now we have a more clear, distinct separations. At the top, we have our system files, slow, medium, high, the musical keys. And below this, we have our custom collections, bass, chord, melodies, and you can create your own ones, of course. And now we have the genres here. We start with 5 default genres, but we have 9 more. Here we have dance, EDM, we have hip hop, pop, R&B, and rock. And we also have some not categorized collection for your housekeeping. Let's start with dance. Okay, one click, immediately you have your result with all your files assigned to the genre dance EDM. Let's head over to all files. Wait a minute, 1.4 million is a large number, and we have a funnel icon here where you can narrow down, for instance, to hip hop and rock, apply, and boom, now we have all our files easily accessible. Okay, let's delete this chip here and go to our galaxy. In the galaxy, we also have the genres as chips available, at the moment 5, but of course you can add your own pop, dance, EDM. You can dive in the galaxy. I always like this feature. Okay, but how do we add new genres or edit existing one? Well, that's quite easy. Here in the collections tab, we have a button to open the genre editor. Let's click on it. And what we see here on the left side is our existing genres, dance, hip hop, and so on. We can add new ones or delete existing ones. We have the genre wizard. We will cover this later. For instance, dance EDM. We have a toggle to enable, disable. We can assign a name. We can pick a color. And how does it work now under the hood? So we have two ways. We have keywords that find matching ones in your folder library, in your MIDI library regarding the folder name or the file name. And we have folders, so we can pick a folder from your library and every file in this folder is assigned to a certain genre. Go back to keywords, so we can easily type in a keyword here. Let's choose acid and add it. Oopsie, I already had acid, but does not harm. And now every file that contains the word acid or any subfolder that contains the word acid is assigned to the genre EDM. We can get some more inspiration from our folder system. For instance, for this we have folder clusters with straight and trance and groove, and we can add trance, and this is assigned to dance EDM because trance is a folder that often occurs in our MIDI library. Okay, the genre wizard has some more intelligence. Once we click here, we have at the top our 10 standard genres. Some are already assigned, and for the selected ones we can add them to our list if we want to, or we can enrich existing genres with new keywords already baked in MidiBro. Let's deselect it and only choose the genre blues to it. Add this one and we have a new genre blues. So far so good. Back to the genre wizard. We also have an indicator here how much is already covered by genres in our library, currently only 30%. And at the bottom we have something similar as seen before. We have not categorized genres from our library So MidiBro has a kind of cutoff to show you folders with at least, for instance here, 10,000 files, and now we can add something like a groove genre to our genre system. If we don't want it as a new genre but use this as a keyword, we can add this, for instance, to hip-hop, this trap MIDI keyword. Yeah, that's the genre system. How nice is this one? Okay, we saved it, we close it, and we have our blues genre now covered here. At the moment we do not see any files. It takes some time until this gets populated because of the huge library. Let's go to the list view again. We have our column genre here as already shown, but we also have the column type that shows you which type of file is assigned here by MidiBro. Click on the funnel icon to filter the list view, for instance drums and bass, boom, and immediately you have all your files with drums or bass in it. We can also do some housekeeping. Click on a file, right click, and we can set the type, and in this little window you can assign more types. If you have a million types, you don't want to do it each by one, but you see it is assigned here. You can also choose more files than one, multi-select, right click, and set the genre or set the type for it. We can do some more housekeeping on a folder based level. So we can right click here and assign the type or the genre. Everything that is contained within this folder gets this genre or this type. We can also pin this folder to genre as shown in the genre editor. For instance, this folder contains only trance or EDM, then we have it. Yeah, that makes your housekeeping very easy, and in 5 minutes your library is working much better. Now let's head over to the report feature. In the advanced menu we have Generate Library Report. A small window explains what is executed, and click on Generate, and then a report is created. We have to wait a little bit, and boom, it's already there for 1.4 million files. It is can be opened in the browser, and you have a full structured report of your whole MIDI library. And you can also have a look into the folders, and we have also a list for corrupted files that are also stored in the downloads folder. Perfect. Let's make a deep dive under the hood how genres and types work on a more technical level. Okay, so here we have a list of our standard genres and keywords. These are the 10 genres and the most and often used keywords, for instance dance, hip-hop, rock, we already know them. And each genre consists of a name, of a color, and of a list of path and file name keywords. So far, so good. So the auto detection, how does it work? Scenario A. So we have our pinned folder. So a user has already assigned a genre and choose a folder. For instance here, my hip-hop vault is assigned to the genre hip-hop, and all files below this folder get the genre hip-hop. Scenario B is file name keyword. So we have a genre word in the file name itself. For instance, we have techno assigned to dance EDM, and every file that contains techno in the file name is the genre dance EDM. Last scenario C is that the deepest matching folder wins. That means, for instance, we have a keyword like deep house, and MidiBro searches for folders with deep house in it and assigns it to the genre dance EDM. Unmatched files become uncategorized. And regarding the genre wizard, we can right-click uncategorized, and it scans paths for new clusters. For instance, after the scan, we have a huge list of folders, and folders have subfolders and names, and all the similar folder names are clustered. For instance, deep house, tech house, and lo-fi are often found, and these are suggested. But we also have, for instance, tribal not used as keyword, and we see from our clustering tribal often is a subfolder name in our library and can be used for classification and assignment to genres. Great, so let's go to how types work, how types are classified. So each MIDI file is analyzed on a node matrix and tagged with one or more types. The types we have here, for instance, from our MIDI file are drums, bass, chord, pad, melody, plugs, harp, and song. For instance, let's have a look how song works. It's a very simple rule, more than 3 notes sounding at the same time. A typical chord file looks like this one. We have vertical stacks of simultaneous notes, and MidiBro detects them, groups them, and has some metrics to say, okay, this is a chord file, more or less should be. Another example is bass, how bass detection works. So all notes stay below a certain threshold, and bass notes are of low pitch, have low range. That means not many range jumpings. And held notes, for instance, we have a bass threshold here, and MidiBro detects, okay, this file looks like a bass file. We have an average low pitch range, not so large, and an average long duration. Yeah, that's MidiBro 1.6. We have genres, we have types, and we have a library report. The update is free for existing users as always, and the link is in the description. Now go and organize your 20,000 MIDI files. You will find amazing afterwards. Promise.